Namaste and welcome back to the Yakima Canyon. It's beautiful and sunny and smells of sagebrush. So glad to be here. Glad you guys are here. We'll start in a comfortable seat and we'll start with a little breath of fire. So it's a little Kriya, a little cleansing practice to help sweep away any sluggishness from sleep or anything heavy weighing in your mind or your heart. So take your arms up into cactus shape, and then you'll inhale through your nose as you go right and exhale through your nose with that forceful exhalation as you go left. Okay, so breath of fire. And close your eyes. Just think about wringing out any sluggishness, heaviness from sleep, or again, anything that's weighing on your heart or your mind as you do this. Last round, start to slow it down. Okay, and just pause for a moment. Palms to the sky. Roll your shoulders back and down. Feel a sense of ujjayi. Narrow the opening of your throat, create a whispering sound. Take an inhale, sweep your arms out and up, look up. Exhale, twist over to your right. Take your right hand behind you. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And keep your chest spinning to the right as you take your head to the left. Let your left ear fall to your left shoulder. So open up through the right side of your neck, through your chest, through your shoulders. So open up through the shoulders and the hips this morning. And then head back through center. Take your arms out and up. Breathe in. Exhale over to your left. Take your left hand behind you. Lengthen up through your spine. Just let that hand be a little guide. You're not falling into it. Keep your chest spinning to the left. Turn your head to the right. Let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Lengthen from your left fingertips all the way through your left ear. I come back through center one more time. Breathe in, reach out and up, look up. Exhale, let the hands come all the way down through your center. And step your way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward facing dog. And pedal around through your heels, wagging your tail a little bit. Spread your fingers wide, press your mat up and away. And let your head be heavy. You can nod it yes, shake it no. Take a deep breath. And then inhale, plank, press the ground away, hug your hands and your feet toward each other. Turn on your deep core muscles. And then lower your knees, send your hips back to child's pose just for a breath. So keep your hips reaching back as you crawl your fingertips a little further forward, make some more space. And then slide your hands in under your shoulders as you come up to all fours. Cow, breathing in, extend your spine. Cat, breathing out, flex your spine. Do that a couple more times. Inhale. And exhale. Hear that whispering sound of your breath. After your next exhale, find a neutral spine. Make sure your knees are under your hips. You're going to take your right arm up to the sky. Roll through your wrist and wiggle your fingers. And then scoop your right arm under your chest. Bring your right ear down. And then stretch your left arm forward. Keep lengthening your hips back as you reach your left fingertips long forward. Take a big breath into the front sides back of your rib cage. And then wrap your left arm around your back. Find a little half bind. Maybe bring your left hand to the front of your right hip and roll the center of your chest to the sky. Bring your left hand back down in front of your face. You're going to push yourself back up into a version of side plank, Vashisthasana. Kick your left foot behind your left knee and stretch your right leg long to the back of your mat. Stack your right shoulder over your left, draw your low belly in and up, and then lift your right leg right in line with your hip. So opening up to the front of your right hip, you're going to bend your right knee, catch your foot, and kick it into your hand. You can always use a strap here if you have it handy. And then spin the center of your chest up toward the sky. Keep kicking your right foot into your hand. Get into that right hip flexor. Release your foot. Kick it back. Then bring your right hand down. You're going to draw your knee to your nose. So flex your spine, round and curl in. So you can step your right foot through. Anjaneyasana. Now you're stretching the front of the left hip. Reach your arms up. Breathe in. Good. Let's sweep the hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your arms back. And then bring your hands over to the front of that right hip and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe lift your chin up toward the sky. And release your hands. Lift your head back up and then bring your hands down. Ardha Hanumanasana. Slide your hips back. Flex your right foot. Good deep breath. Inhale, come back to a low lunge. Plant your palms. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your way back. Plank pose as you breathe in. Again, firm up the belly. Hug your hands and your feet toward each other. You're going to lower your knees. So come down through a modified chaturanga. Bend your elbows behind you. Keep your collarbones spread wide. And then as you come down, take your fingertips off of your mat. Point your elbows to the sky. Press into the tops of your feet. You're going to roll up through your spine as you breathe in. And then move around a little bit. Side to side, open up the shoulders. Keep your legs really strong as you back bend. Then breathe in, come through the center, and then as you breathe out, come halfway down, look under your right arm. You'll feel a stretch through the front of your left shoulder. Breathe in, come back up. Come halfway down, look under your left arm. Breathe in, come up. And then lower your way all the way down. So you can press yourself up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You come through all fours or plank. You're going to lower your forearms into dolphin. So elbows right under the shoulders, forearms parallel. You can bend your knees, tilt your tailbone up to the sky. You can maybe walk your feet in, let your head hang heavy. Maybe not a yes, shake it, no here. Look right towards your toes. Lengthen through the undersides of your arms, your armpits. And again, relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Good, lower your knees. Balasana, child's pose with the arms down by the sides. Flexing your spine. Let your head rest. And then lift your head, come back forward. Cat and cow. So hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips. Breathe in, extend your spine. Breathe out to round. Listen to that whispering sound, Ujjayi, victorious breath. Exhale, last time. And then neutral spine, sweep your left arm up to the sky. You might widen your knees so you feel stable and roll through your wrists, wiggle your fingers. Scoop the arm under your chest. You can bring your left ear down. I want to close off my microphone, so follow Matt there. Stretch your right fingertips forward and reach your hips back. Breathe into the whole circumference of your rib cage. And then sweep your right arm behind your back. Find a half bind. You can tuck that right arm maybe into the front of your left hip crease and roll your chest to the sky. Open up the shoulder. Keep your head heavy. Good. And then release your hand back down in front of your face. And push yourself up into that Vashisthasana variation. Kick your right foot behind your right knee. Stretch your left leg back. Reach your left arm up to the sky. You want to draw the low belly in and up. Press the ground away so the shoulders away from the ear. You can pick up your left leg. Flex the foot. It's right in line with the hip. And then bend the knee and reach back. Catch your foot. You want to kick the foot into your hand to open the left shoulder. Spin the center of your chest to the sky. Maybe tuck your right toes so you feel a little more stable. Take one more big breath. And then release your foot as you're ready. And bring your left hand down. Draw your knee in towards your nose. So you're flexing your spine. Curl in and then step your left foot forward. Anjaneyasana. Stretch to the front of the right hip. Inhale, arms up. And again, here you can tuck your back toes so you feel stable. We're on unstable ground. Good, and then hands go behind you. Interlace your fingers. You're going to bring your hands over to the left hip and drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Again, hug in through the inner thighs. Lift your pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Help keep you right through the center. Good, and then bring your head back up. Release your hands all the way down. Ardha Hanumanasana. Slide the hips back. Hips right over your right knee. Make any adjustments. Flex your left foot. Inhale, come forward. Clench your palms, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Lengthen your spine and come into dolphin pose. Lower your forearms, elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel, press through the palms, fingers, bend your knees, maybe walk your feet in. You can let your head hang, look towards your toes. Let your head be heavy. Pincha Mayurasana, you can look towards your thumbs and maybe do a little kick up. Lower your way down, all the way to Balasana, hips to your heels, belly on your thighs, forehead to the ground, arms down by your sides. Inhale, lift the head back to all fours. Breathe in, cow pose. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog as you breathe out. Walk your feet a little closer. You can lift your right leg, bend your knee, open up your hips, and open up the hip flexors again. You can roll your ankle, wiggle your toes. You can make some big circles through that right hip. Try to keep your left toes pointing forward, drawing the heel to the ground. And then open up the hip again, knee to the sky. Draw your knee to your nose, round and curl in, and then look forward, step through Virabhadrasana once. Spin your back heel down and reach up through your arms. Let's straighten the front leg. Sweep your arms back. Interlace your fingers and lift your chest. So you're going to re-bend your knee and take your arms over to the right hip, just like we did in that low lunge. And drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And maybe move the chin a little bit. Hug in through your inner thighs for balance. Go ahead, bring your head back up. Straighten your right leg again. Sweep your arms back. Keep them interlaced for devotional warrior. You're going to bow to the inside of your right ankle. You can scoot your right foot a little further forward if you want a deeper lunge. And then left hand down. Pick up your left heel. Twist. Right arm to the sky. Stack your shoulders. You can go right into side plank or wild thing. So you can bring your left knee back down and step your right foot back, or roll to the outer edge of your left foot. You can pause in Vashisthasana or go right into wild thing. Step your right foot back. Keep your left leg straight, right knee bent, curl back. Open your chest. And then downward facing dog, exhale. Plank poses, you breathe in. Let's come through Chaturanga. You can go all the way back to Cobra if you'd like, or halfway down Chaturanga into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift your left leg up, bend your knee, open up your hip. Same little movement through the toes, the ankle. Work out anything that feels stiff, stuck this morning. Keep pressing the ground away with your hands. And then knee to the sky. Draw your knee to your nose as you exhale. Round and curl into your high on the ball of the back foot. Step forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Back heel comes down, arms rise up. And firm in your feet. Spread your toes. Or spiral your right hip forward. Sweep your arms back, straighten the front leg, and lift your chest. Interlace your fingers. Rebend your knee. You're going to bring your hands over to the left hip, and then drop your left ear. Stay rooted through the right foot. And then head back through center. Straighten the left leg, arms back, lift your chest. Devotional warrior. Bend your left knee deeply. Bow to the inside. Arms float up and over your head. Again, if you want a wider stance, slide that left foot a little further forward. Right hand comes down, right under the shoulder. Pick up your right heel, twist, left arm up to the sky. So you're lifting your right thigh, dropping your left. Make sure your hand is right under your shoulder, Vashisthasana, so the right knee can come down, or step your left foot back, or maybe all the way back behind you, wild thing. Curl back, open up your chest. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, exhale. Plank as you breathe in. Chaturanga as you breathe out, halfway or all the way. Cobra or upward dog, breathing in. Downward dog, breathing out. Take a full round of your breath. Good. Look forward as you inhale. You're going to jump into your seat. You can also just find a cross-legged seat, or bend your knees and cross your ankles in the air and find a little seat. Yeah, good. And then stretch come into Bardhadrasana. So first stage would be knees over to the left, feet over to the right. Second would be like a half virasana. Take your right foot to the outside of your right hip and roll your calf muscles out of the way. You can take your left foot to the inner right thigh. Or half lotus in Bardhadrasana. Take your foot to the right hip crease. We're going to twist to the left. Take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand, again, is just a guide behind you. Lengthen your spine. You can even find a little half bind and catch your left toes if you're there in half lotus. Yeah. Now keep your chest turning to the left, turn your head to the right, drop your right ear. Feel broad across the chest. Inhale, you'll come back up. Unwind. Keep your right leg where it is. Stretch your left leg forward. And if this bothers your knee, turn your right knee out. Externally rotate through your hip. We're going to reach up as you inhale. Fold over the left leg as you exhale. Try to drop your right chest, right shoulder. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale the rest of your way up. You can lean over to your left, unfurl that leg, and let's rock the hips side to side. And then Bardhadrasana, other side. So knees to the right, feet to the left, first stage. Or half virasana in this left leg. Take the foot to the outside of the hip, move your calf muscles out of the way. Sole the right foot to that left inner thigh, or maybe a little Ardha Padmasana, half lotus to the left hip crease. You're going to twist to your right hand behind you, just on the fingertips. Maybe you can find a little half bind and catch your right toes. Keep that spiral of your chest to the right as you look to the left and then drop your left ear. Feel broad again through your collarbones, your chest. Try to sit heavy in your seat. And then head back through center. Unwind, stretch your right leg forward. So internally rotate the left thigh as it is, or externally rotate that left thigh if that's better for your knee. You're going to reach up as you breathe in, and then fold forward as you breathe out. Send your sit bones back, reach your right heel forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale the rest of your way up. Roll to your right side, unfurl the leg. And then again, slide your hands in and your feet in. And windshield wiper your legs side to side. And you're going to scoot forward so you can roll all the way down. And come into bridge pose. Set the feet to the ground, arms by your sides. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, roll up through your spine. So you can clasp your hands behind your back. You want to press evenly into your feet. Press into your arms. Point your tailbone to the backs of your knees. Lift your chest up towards your chin. Firm up your legs. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the upper inner thighs. Take one more deep breath. Lift a little higher. Open the front of the hips, the belly, the chest. And then lower down as you're ready. Move your arms out of your way. Lower down the top of the spine all the way to the hips. And pause. Take your feet a little forward and wide and then rock your hips side to side. You can come back to those cactus arms that we did at the beginning of class. And let your legs fall to the right, like a little supine stag. You can stay there, looking to your left, or a little half virasana. So you reach down for that left foot and bring it to the outside of the left hip. And then you'll bring your hips square, bring your right foot to the ground. If you want a little more, you can hug your knee to your chest, your right knee. Feel that stretch to the top of the left thigh and the front of the left hip. Bring the right foot back down if you lifted it. Slide that left foot out, and then let's come back through center and drop the legs to the left. And maybe you stay. Maybe it's Ardha Supta Virasana, half heroes, supine heroes pose. Slide that right foot to the outside of the right hip. Bring your hips evenly grounded. Left foot can stay on the ground, or pick up your left knee, hug it into your chest. And breathe into that stretch wherever you're feeling it. Good. You can release out of your shape slowly and back through the center, and take any last little movement before you take a few minutes in Shavasana. Okay, so rocking side to side, maybe legs up to the sky, roll your ankles, wiggle your toes, stretch your arms over your head. When you come into Shavasana, take up some space. The legs be wide, feet fall open, arms away from your body, palms to the sky. Spread your shoulder blades wide and down your back, and feel all that space around your neck, your shoulders. Let your body be heavy for these few moments here, and ease into the natural rhythm of your breath. Stay a little longer if you'd like. If you're ready to slowly come out of Shavasana, wiggle your fingers and your toes as you begin to deepen your breath. All your ankles and your wrists, eventually breathing in to reach your arms over your head. And breathing out to drop your body heavy. And then bending your knees. And roll to your right, find your fetal shape. Symbol of rebirth and renewal. Hopefully if there's anything weighing heavy on you, you've let it go, leave it behind, and press your way up. Keep your eyes soft or closed. And bring your hands to your heart, Anjali Mudra. And let's close our practice together with the sound of Om. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the blessing of your company. May others as well benefit from our practice. Namaste. Thank you.